Hey guys, this video is going to be the dating chronicles video, so hopefully you all would like it because I'm not really good with just talking to camera, but I've been wanting to do this, so don't talk about me too bad. But anyway, I thought it was funny that this is the shirt that I'm wearing today. I wear my heart on my sleeve considering what the video is about, and see my little heart. So I have my glass of wine. It's white Merlot. So what I wanted to talk about was just like the different type of guys that I have encountered with me trying to date. So I've been down where I live at for going on 5 years now, and it's hard to, at least for me anyway, to date anyone down here. I don't meet anyone, and most of the guys down here aren't interested in black girls, and interracial dating, or yeah, interracial is what you would call it, dating, that's fine with me. I had no problem with it. But I do have a problem with black guys not liking black girls, but that's not the point of this this video. So, as some of you all may know, because I mentioned it in a video before, that I was going to try online dating because I know some people who did it, and my brother did it and met someone, so I decided to do it. And I've only met one person face to face out of doing that, because most of the people who are in the city that I live in, I'm not really attracted to them, and the people who I am attracted to, they live in a completely another state and like way far away, so I don't have a chance to even get to know them. But so today I'm going to talk about one of the people that I went out on a date with through the dating site. So he was younger than me, which for whatever reason I always tend to attract. Majority of the guys are younger than me, which I really prefer to date guys my age, or I mean they could be a couple of years older, but really I want someone the same age as me. But this guy, well, let me start. First of all, it said he was 24 maybe, it said, and I was like, man, that's kind of young. But I'm like, we had talked back and forth emailing each other, so I'm like, well, it don't hurt just to go and see, go out to meet him and see what happens. So that we talked back and forth. He was like, I want to meet him for coffee. And so as I was thinking about it, I was gonna ask my brother, like, what did he think? Because then I only been, maybe it was like less than a week we had been emailing each other back and forth. And the next day, like when I was thinking, okay, I'll go meet him, it said he was now 25, and I hadn't, and like his sign matched with like the month that it was, so I'm like, okay, maybe he had a birthday, but I didn't remember what his sign was, originally when he said he was 24. I think 24 was the age. So I'm like, that's, if I haven't said it, that was 5 years younger than me. So when I got we ended up going to Olive Garden. So when I got there, I asked him, like, oh, how old are you? He said he was 26, and I'm like, well, or maybe we had this conversation on the phone. He said he was 26, and I'm like, well, your page first it said he was 24, then it said he was 25, and he trying to act like he don't know. Oh, well, the site made a mistake. And so I'm like, how the site gonna make a mistake and say you were 24, and they just had the wrong birthday for you, and you'll know, you gotta enter the information in. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna check his ID when I see him. So first of all, his online picture really wasn't something that he wasn't really my type, and it wasn't really a good picture if you're trying to get somebody to, you want to have a good picture. He had a picture sitting next to like a sign somewhere, maybe, reminds me like if you're at a college, like the entrance sign. I don't think it was a college, but that's what the sign looked like, with this weird looking shirt on and some glasses, so you really couldn't see his face, and he was kind of far back because it was a full body picture. So I asked him to send me a picture, a better picture, so that I could see, and so he finally sent me one. Now, mind you, I got like 10 pictures on my page just because I wanted to have a variety of pictures just showing me with different hairstyles, so you can kind of get an idea of what I look like. He only had one picture. So he emails me a picture, and then he says he's waiting for, I'm waiting on my picture from you. And I'm like, well, you didn't already seen my pictures on the site. And so on this picture he sent me, he looked cute. So I'm like, okay. He was bald, which I'm typically not into bald guys, but his face was attractive, and he was dressed a little better. So I'm like, okay, I'll go out with him. Now, I don't like coffee, so I'm like, we could go do something else. Well, it's not that I don't like coffee. I don't drink coffee. So I'm like, we could go do something else. And we decided to go to Olive Garden, because I like Olive Garden, and I'm not really that picky, like, when it comes to restaurants. Of course, I don't want you taking me to McDonald's or anything like that, but you don't have to try to take me to a 5-star restaurant, especially if we're just going out to get to know each other, and we never met each other before. So he was kind of like sarcastic when I was talking to him, which I could be sarcastic too, so it really didn't bother me none. So we get to the restaurant, we meet each other there. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, because like I told you, it's kind of hard for me just talking to a computer screen. So we're gonna meet each other there, and the day that we decided to go there, it just got like really rainy. It was like it just looked like it was gonna be a bad day. So that kind of slowed me down, because I was being careful not to crash going to the restaurant. So I get to the restaurant, and when I tell you this guy had on the weirdest looking outfit, he had on and I was so embarrassed. Like, when I got there, I'm looking around because I'm looking to find the person on this picture, and I see this black guy, and I'm looking like, oh God, please don't let that be him, because he didn't look like the picture that he sent me. And it was him, and he had on he had on this salmon colored blazer that looks like he got it from the thrift store, and like this multicolored shirt with like lime green, salmon, and some other colors, and some jeans. And so when I came in, he like walked towards me, and so I'm like, oh my God. And so that I wish I had a picture of that outfit. Like, that's not even the point of what I wanted to tell you, because the outfit, I didn't like it, but I could get over that. But just so like, this guy was real weird. And so this outfit, he had on that crazy outfit with a little pocket square in the pocket of the blazer. And so then he had like a weird, now he has hair now, and it's like a weird haircut. Well, it's not a weird haircut, I just don't like it. He just only had hair on the top. And so yeah. So anyway, we sit down because we were waiting for it was the wait for us to be seated. And so he just started just being rude. And so he's like, we was talking about the weather. I'm like, yeah, it just got out of nowhere, just got bad. He was like, yeah, I was gonna text you to tell me something about the weather. He was like, but I figured you couldn't text and drive. Oh, I figured you wouldn't be able to do that. I'm like, I wouldn't be able to do what? Well, I know you can't text and drive. And I'm like, well, are you saying that because it's illegal? No, I just didn't think you would know how to do it. I'm like, who says something like that to somebody you don't know? So I just brushed it off like, okay. Then he was like, tried to talk about my driving, which I don't even know. When did you see me driving? Because you were already in the restaurant, and I know you weren't looking at the door to see me pulling up. Yeah, you almost hit somebody outside, which that didn't happen. So I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm thinking, what type of like jokes are these? I know sometimes guys like to like tease people, but we are grown-ups, so that wasn't really funny to me. And then he was like, yeah, I wanted to show you, upscale restaurant, but you know, you picked Olive Garden. And so I'm like, I'm 29. This is what I'm thinking of. You know, I'm 29. What do I need you to show me a upscale eating? And on top of that, he didn't name no upscale restaurants. Well, he asked me what's her food that I like. I said Italian, and he named Olive Garden and this restaurant called Carrabba's, which is not upscale eating. It's similar to Olive Garden, and I don't really like Carrabba's. So I'm like, well, where was you gonna take me at then? And he was like, oh, well, you know, I'm just gonna keep that as a surprise. And I'm like, yeah, exactly, because you didn't have nothing in mind. I'm like, you named this in Carrabba's, and Carrabba's is not upscale. So I really didn't like that, because I'm grown. I don't need you, especially if you're younger than me, trying to show me upscale eating like I ain't never been nowhere before. So I'm like, okay. So I just, you know, left that alone. And so when we go sit down at the table, it was kind of awkward. Which, first dates are always kind of awkward to me anyway. Well, just meeting people, period, is awkward just because I'm kind of shy. But, you know, it was just like, he set the tone when I first came in with these little smart comments. So we at the table, and he was saying even more little smart stuff. So like I said, I got a smart mouth. I was getting smart back with him, and he didn't like it. So he tried to turn it around on me like you know, like I was just being rude. And I'm like, well, I was just following your vibe. You know, you was being sarcastic, so I was sarcastic right back with you. And so I'm like, well, you know, we just sitting there basically just eating there looking at each other. And so we leave, and I'm about to go home, and he about to go do whatever he about to do. So he calls me and says, well, do you want to go to Starbucks? Like, you know, I feel like that was the wrong impression, or we didn't have a good start, so let's go sit down somewhere where we could talk. And so I'm like, okay, whatever, because we didn't have a good start. So, and we were doing good when I was talking to him through email. So I'm like, well, let me give him another chance. So he we go to Starbucks, but it was closed. And so I'm like, well, I need to get some gas. And so we goes to the gas station, and I pumping, you know, I get out to pump my own gas. He almost is irritated because I'm gonna pump my gas myself. And so he's like, I got it. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Like, that's cool, but don't get an attitude because I'm about to pump my gas myself. And so this is when, you know, my hair was out. And so I had some twist. did a twist out. And I noticed like one of the twists wasn't untwisted. So I'm untwisting it. And he says, could you stop playing in your hair? And I'm like, you know, like, who are you? I don't even know you, dude. Like, I just met you today. You're not my boyfriend. You're not my husband. We ain't been dating or, you know, going on dates where you really could tell me not to play in my hair. Even if it was irritating you, who are you? So, now this is just showing I was just silly because I don't know why I went somewhere else with him. But I'm like, you know, dude was a little crazy. And so we go to this, we end up going to a sushi restaurant to have just some sake. And so he poured the sake, and I wanted to taste a little bit of it because some sake could be really strong. And so I tasted it, and he like, damn, you know, damn, you rude, or you couldn't wait for me. And I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? And so I'm like, you know, I wanted to taste it to see how strong it was gonna be. And so we sitting there, he just asking me like weird questions about like where do I buy my clothes and about my style. Maybe they weren't weird, but they were just weird because the guy had irritated me. So the next day, that day he was like, let's do something tomorrow, which was Saturday. And so I'm like, okay, you plan it then, since you know you just plan it. Since he's from where I'm from, and he wanted to keep telling me, well, you've been down here 5 years, you should know what stuff is. And I'm like, well, I don't. So, you know, keep telling me that ain't gonna make me know where the stuff is. He didn't want to plan it, but everything I suggested he threw down. And so I'm like, okay, why don't you suggest something then if you don't want to do anything that I'm coming up with? And so I'm like, well, we can go. They don't really have any museums down here, but they have this one museum that it's a free museum, but it's really small, and they was having an exhibit there. So I'm like, well, we can go do that. And so, no, I found that out, and I texted him the next day, like, you want to do this? Now he had something to say about that, like, so I forgot what he said. He said something smart, and I was like, well, we don't really have to do it. And he was like, oh, you give up too easily. But I'm thinking, really, no, I don't give up too easily. I just don't got time to be arguing with somebody I don't know about going out on the second date when the first one didn't go well. So we go on a date again, which I feel like it was really silly of me to go out with him. And so I meet him there, and we walk around the museum. It's really small, so we probably got done in like maybe 30 minutes. Or it might have been 45, but it was less than an hour. And so, like, as we there, I'm like, well, is there anything else to do around here? Because I'm thinking maybe we could have went out for lunch or something to kind of, because it was just awkward. He even tried to hold my hand when we was there, and then kept getting mad. Like, if I get the door first, I open it, which, yeah, I know some men do like to open the door, but I wasn't really thinking about that. Like, I'm at the door before you, because we walking slow. I'm going to open up the door. And he kept getting mad about that, and I'm thinking, if you want me to see you again, like, you really not showing that. So I'm hitting it like, is there anything else to do? He says, no, I don't know anything around us. So I'm like, alright, bye. Now when we leave, he says, well, maybe next week we could go do this painting thing that I wanted to do. And so I'm like thinking, why would we go do that? Like, when I'm asking, is there anything else to do today? You don't want to do anything, but you're trying to set something for next week. So I was like, okay. But when I got in the car, I thought about it, like, I'm not going out with him again. But he texted me talking about some, well, maybe something, maybe the next time we go out it'll be better since, we just had these quick dates. I'm thinking, I was asking you, is there anything else to do around here? And you didn't tell me anything. So in that same text, now this is my second day knowing the guy and I've only known him for a week. He says, like, when is he gonna be able to come over to my place so we can watch a movie? Never. Who does that? And so I'm just thinking, the girls or women, because I'm not really a girl anymore, but the women must just be doing anything. You don't just let anybody in your house and you don't know them. So I feel like a little kid sometimes, because I move a little bit slower. I'm not letting you know where I live. You're not gonna come pick me up, and you're definitely not coming over to watch a movie. I'm gonna end up on the news. That's how you end up hurt or dead, letting people know where you live and coming in your house. So I was like, oh, okay. And I guess he took that to mean like I was gonna let him over, but that was the last I talked to him. So I don't know, guys are just weird. He was like a weird case. He was real sarcastic, and when I gave it back to him, he didn't like it and acted like I was crazy. But it's like, dude, you can't really be sarcastic with me and expect that I'm not gonna come back at it. I'm not gonna come back at you with the same thing. And he was just, I don't know, he was just weird. And so he said he had a job. He was a real estate, or what is it called? A realtor. And he had his own real estate business. And so I looked it up. He did not have a real estate business. What he does is he buys houses and resells them, or he'll help people find lenders. Thinking that's not a realtor, and that's not a real estate business. And so I didn't really like that, the fact that just tell me what you do. Don't try to act like you're doing more than what you're doing, and like really trying to, I've had my own business since I was 18 and this and that. No, I don't know. So that's one of the guys that I've dated down here that, well, I wouldn't even say I dated. I went out with him twice, and it didn't turn out well at all. So it really just sucks being single where I'm at, because one, the guys don't like black girls, or I'm not gonna say all of them, but like if I see a black guy with another black girl, I'm shocked. Which I will date somebody out of my race, but I would prefer to date um, I would prefer to date a black person. And then they only want one, or second thing, they only want one thing. So if you're trying to get to know somebody, or if you don't want to, have sex with someone and see you married, you out of luck, because that's all they want. And then they're just childish, like, and they rude. They're just crazy. So that's my little experience. The next time I do this, hopefully I can feel a little better, because sometimes I just talk all over the place. But I want to tell you about this guy from high school that, like, I had a crush on in high school, and we ended up being in a relationship, and how that turned out, because he took the cake for all the weird guys out here. He was like the poster guy or poster child for who not to date. So guys, like I said, hopefully I'll get better at this. But that's my little dating chronicles #1. So have a good weekend. Bye.